Right, well, here's the result a day later after I've used matte medium on this cloud area and painted half of it white on top of that and left the other half for comparison. You can see that this half is much better than this half. But also I ordered some stuff called airbrush medium. The thing about this is it's very fluid, so I can put it into a little spray and spray it on things that don't want to be moved around. Now this is brilliant. I haven't tried it on this yet because it only arrived today and I wasn't expecting it until after Christmas. So I'm going to continue on with this, and I'm going to put another layer of the white on here, and I'm going to continue it over here. So we'll see what happens with that, how well it goes. And I was right about the eye. I've been looking at my reference photos. I've got up here of gecko eyes and lizard eyes and snake eyes and, well, crocodiles, all sort of amphibians, and they don't have white in them. So the fact that that's gone grey has got nothing to do with it. I need to re-blue it, if you see what I mean. Oh no, that one's better that way up. There we go. Plenty of white. Painting it on. So here we go. I'm only going to start with the white because I'm not going to mess about and put a couple of layers on and then find that the blue I put out to do something else has gone all dry, so we won't put the blue out yet. I want this to look like a fluffy white cloud, so I don't want to obscure this part of the background. It's a shame to cover up Tanya's beautiful background, but there we go. I think I might put the tip of a wing there, and perhaps a claw here, maybe. That's what I was thinking of. Does it help it look a little bit more dragony and less like sort of Puss in Boots, or something sweet and innocent, which is not supposed to be either. This here is quite wet at the moment because I've been doing a little bit of touch-ups, and I want a pale grey murky sort of colour, rather than like that, only a little darker, a bit more bluey. For a tooth colour. Now it's not the same colour as I've already got there, which is a shame. I can't remember how I did that. Probably used some sepia, which is over there. Should I add a bit? Maybe I should add a bit of sepia. Probably so much comes out of it, it's so wasteful. Decided to try doing it that way, just touching the tiniest bit. I'm not wasting so much. Let's get a blob. That is better. Looking closer to that actually, which is handy, because what I want to do is more little teeny bits. See, I put a little bit of a wing in and a bit of a claw there, which when it's dry I will go over with other stuff. I've got rid of the grey around the eye, which I didn't like, and I'm just going to go on and add some bits here. Trouble is they're not very defined. It has to be darker. Hold up my of that. It's not the same colour at all, is it? Well, I just have to go over these to make them all the same colour. And I'll need a little bit of white. I also need the other things for seeing what the heck I'm doing. These things, my Borg outfit, that Ian calls it. Is here. Stick it over your head and you look through the lens. So I'll take off these reading glasses and try it out. It also has a little light, which I find extremely helpful, but may hurt the camera or bother it at all. That doesn't seem to. There we are. Now I can see quite well through that. I can see detail much better. I think I want to do some more of those. I've got the hair on the paintbrush. I want some black. Black. What are you? There you go. Black. A little tiny touch of black because I want some edges defined. Do you like my palette? It's the top of a curry dish. Isn't that nice? So you can have your curry and then use your dish. Go back over this afterwards. Right, just putting some colour into his tongue. I'm trying to put a slightly redder tone into the tongue because at the moment it's quite dark. See? So I'm trying to put a bit more life into it. Although I want it dark that end, I also want a bit more liveliness. Vibrance, that's the word I was looking for. More vibrance. Now that's differentiating it a bit from the surrounding gum line. Of course this is quite dryish, this alizarin paint. Yeah, I see. Definitely want a bit of dung showing. That tooth's looking a bit crooked. I might have to do something about that, but I'm just going to continue the tongue on a bit. There we are. Better? Don't you think? Yes, dear, I do think. Good, fine, thank you. You ever start to feel like you're just talking to yourself doing these things? Well, partly this is for my own reference anyway, so I don't really care. I mean, it's lovely if people get something out of it, but if they don't, they don't. So I'm doing little bits of this, and I think I want a little bit more of that just in there. That pig flesh is showing, sort of thing, and a little tiny touch. Just by the corner of the eye. That may be a little too much, but I can also go over it again with the blue. I don't know, it's quite passable. Still want to go over the teeth with a little bit of black. If I can manage it. This, I'm not convinced that this is the brush I was using last time. But I can't actually see any other. It might be. Because it's got to be really thin. It's like somebody said, possibly Bob Ross, don't remember, a hair and some air. And that's the smallest of those three. I think it's also the smallest of these new ones I've got here. That's not a new one. But those are. See, it's smaller than any of those. Problem is, when you get a really small brush, it's very difficult getting enough paint on something so small without distorting the point you want to keep. That's not easy. This is a case where actually water does a better job than matte medium does. So I'm not putting a lot of paint on, but I'm not putting a lot of water on it either. So snaggle tooth there. want to put a really tiny highlight, so I've got to make sure I've got the least amount of paint on there that I can manage and still have colour. Because the idea might be that they're manky teeth. I still got one hell of a light, and I've decided the light's coming from that direction, so got to there we go. It may be that one or more of his teeth have actually suffered a little damage now and then. You never know. I'll do a little bit of a glisten. And an essential part of any creature, which I could probably change this colour of, but now I hope you can see what I meant about the eye. You see that? See if I can get that right where the lens is. See? It's a sort of shape, hopefully. But I've got to put the glint in as well, but there we are, that's the eye. And I've done some little tiny bits of emphasis here and there, trying to get the light and the dark right. I've got a bit more dark to put here, I notice. Just a little. Just here, because the light is hitting from this direction, so under is a little darker. That's just a bit pale before. And this side is dark. The other side is light. This side is dark, and the other is light. rid of most of that colour. And get a little bit of white. Because I lost it on this piece. Right here. Mustn't have that. I hate it when the water gets in the way. You need it for rinsing, but then it goes and piles up at the end of the brush. Same with this one. Oh, and I want a little tiny glint on that tooth as well, because that's the edge. And that one. Colour. This one's already got a bit of a glint. There we are. Lovely. I can't put the glint on the eye just yet because it's not dry enough, but I can deal with that. Just little tiny bits that you think, you know, that's where the edge is. Emphasise that bit. I've been using a mixture of matte medium and gloss medium, glazing liquid gloss because I want it to shine in some places. Try to give the eye a little definition. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Just little touches. Well, I mean, I could sit here forever and do little tiny bits, but as soon as that eye's dry, I'm done. Let's see, is it dry? Oh, it's dry. That's good. convinced by that. Not bad. And so look. I think it's not too bad. Clouds, the ears, and little bitty eyes. Hello everybody, this is the last thing I'm doing to this. It's just about ready to be sent off now. All I'm doing is putting some of this acrylic glazing liquid gloss after peeling off the bit that stuck from yesterday. So I put a layer on yesterday, and putting some of this on here. Now I find it easier to do that because then I don't have to dirty anything else. Goes all over this area. I can pick it up so I can see what I'm doing, see where it's got it and where it hasn't. This says gloss, but actually the first layer hasn't really made it very glossy. So I wanted to put at least another layer on, and I might have to put a couple more. Or I could put structure gel on. That's definitely glossy. But I'm doing this at the moment. Like I say, I've put one layer on already. So you definitely want it for the slickness of the tongue, and I want it to look a little bit more glossy than the cloud is. The cloud is satin. So far this is not popping out yet, not with only one on. There we go, all done. Now I'm just going to wait for that to dry now. It's a second coat, so I'm not sure how long it will take. Don't want any lines, so I should be mopping that up if there's excess, like into here. And there is some excess, you can see where it's, I put way too much on. Warning, don't put too much on. Spreading it, making sure it's all over. Well, there we are with that. I may, in order to dull the clouds down a bit, go over them with, because there is a difference between this bit and this bit. because this has got satin glaze and this is just pure white. So I may go over it with matte medium because that should dull it down, according to what I've discovered during my research. So there we are. I'm just checking it, but I'm sorry if you can't see it, but I'm just checking that I've got it all covered. I think I have. But there is a little bit of excess there. There we go. It's better. Hope I'm not taking too much of it up doing that, but there we are. Right, well now it's wait again for tomorrow. That'll be Sunday. I'll put a bit more on then, and then we'll see what happens. I might do the matte medium later today when that's touch dry, or I may wait till tomorrow to see how glossy this manages to come up. So I haven't got an acrylic varnish, although I have got gloss varnish Fimo. I wonder if that would be any good. Dries in transparent form, touch dry for 20 minutes, photo 21. It's for Fimo, you see. I'm just trying to see if it would be possible. Doesn't actually say. I might ask if anybody knows. There we are. Well, I'm just putting some matte medium on this area of the cloud, so to try and knock it back a bit, because it's a little, I've decided I'm not so keen on the satin effect, so I'm trying to knock it back down to matte. And someone said putting the matte varnish on will do it, so we'll give it a try. That's all I'm doing. Just this bit down here to do now. And I was thinking I might use Fimo gloss varnish on the dragon just to bring out the glossiness even more, because it's there, but it's sort of fighting with the gloss on the clouds, or satin gloss on the clouds. I'm not keen on that. I don't think I can tell the difference between gloss and satin, not in the